Hi friends! Remember me? It's been a while. I'm Lisa, Little Annie Z on Instagram, and I had an impromptu Flosstube idea this morning that I thought I would share with you. I had an early morning appointment that got canceled, so threw on some lipstick and hopped on the camera. I wanted to share with you a lot. I think that this is going to be some FFOs. I have some purchases and additions to my chart library that I want to share with you. Most of them are seasonal. I do separate my charts into kind of a library category of different things. So I'll share that with you. I have quite a few. I have some whips, some works in progress, and I have some sewing and quilting to share, and I'll probably do that at the end. So I'll start out by sharing my FFOs with you. As you can see, I am well into autumn mode. I have not gotten into Christmas yet. As far as decorating goes, I'm really enjoying the fall. I'm looking out my window. The leaves look amazing here in North Georgia. So my first FFO that I have to share with you is a 22nd wedding anniversary commemorative piece. This is Thy Love More Strong by Blackbird Designs. I stitched this on, let me see if I can remember. I have all the details on Instagram. I'm sorry, I don't remember the linen. It was a Grace Notes Fabrics linen, I believe. I will put everything in the description box if I can find it. And I stitched this with just various over-dyed threads. But if you want to know the details, just go to my Instagram page if I don't link it below. So I did I did a scripture reference here. This was the scripture reference from our wedding. I put my initials here, my husband's initials here, and 22 years. I love this. This was a beautiful chart. And then my next FFO was, I'm slowly adding pieces to my stitch box. I'm stitching everything in the Sewing Club book from Blackbird Designs. So I have already showed you the pin cushion. We've been getting low flying aircrafts this morning. I'm not sure what's going on. So I've got that, and then I've got my sliding scissor box that I've already showed you. Let's see if I can slide that over. There's a little pair of scissors in there. And in my, I believe it was my last Flosstube, I shared with you how I created that scissor box. This all lifts out. And also, this lifts out. So I found this box at Hobby Lobby. All the details are in the last Flosstube. And this is the Hollyhocks bag that I finished. I trimmed it with some Dames of the Needle crinkly ribbon. Believe this is, don't remember the name of it either. I am so sorry. It's all, the entire piece is with linen, and then I did line it with like a blue fabric to match that little bird. And in here, I put a couple things, little treasures. Let's see. Oh, I just have one. It's the little thimble that I showed you the last time in my other Flosstube. And so that just, for now, sits open here on my roll top. Just like that, with my scissor collection. Okay, and then I have two autumn finishes for you. This one is Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. Instead of putting the date, I copied this motif over here, put one up and down, and then one horizontally. Covered it with some, on the back, some Lori Holt hometown fabric. Trimmed it with some Dames in the Needle rickrack. This is Vintage Country Mocha 28 count with Fallen Leaves. I did use Classic Colorworks, a little over 2 skeins for this. I love the little leaf motif here. The pumpkins, the sunflower. I believe this is a mum. It was fun to discover all the motifs. I did discover another one. Where was it? Oh, this. I think this is a pine cone right here. And then I finished, this is mini pumpkin sampler. This was a free chart. I do have a lot of free charts to share with you in a bit. I did change the colors on this. This is from Melissa Pinker and Pumpkin Pinker and Pumpkin blog. It's her blog. She's also on Instagram. So she has a whole series of these mini samplers. I love them. I'm going to show you more in a little while. This was on Vintage Country Mocha, and I just used various over-dyed cottons. So this was a previous finish, and I'm only showing you this because I have them all displayed together in this wood piece. I'm so sorry. I can't edit that out because I don't have enough memory on my phone to do that. So you'll have to excuse me. But I did spray this wood piece to tone it down a bit with some Primitive Gatherings antiquing spray. Leave it up to me, excuse me, to have a sneezing fit. But when I show it to you from the back, they're all various blue colors. I love the blue and orange combination. I am so sorry. Okay, so those were my FFOs. Now I want to share with you a couple new starts and a whip. So my new starts will come first. Most recent is from Stitching with the Housewives. It's a very small start, and it is Vintage Christmas. Let me pull that pattern out so you can see it. Vintage Christmas. And I'm doing this on, I believe it's 30 count Sanguine by Weeks Dye Works with just some various over dyed cottons. Here, let me do this. And I have an overhead light, so I'm trying to put it in the best place possible for you to see. These vintage ornament colors that she chose to chart this with are perfect. They really pull off that vintage vibe. And I am using some substitutions. I don't have all the called for, so I matched the DMC colors, and this is my little bling that I made to go on my ring. And I plan on working on that today, I believe. My next work in progress is my next magic piece for one of my stitching gills. Magic is my yearly journey piece, so to speak, my annual good intentions project that I want to finish. And let me see if I can pull out that chart for you. I have shown this to you before, this William Morris bag and stitch roll that I made. I am doing Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. And I am stitching this on another, I believe, Grace Notes fabric. I have all the details on my Instagram. Let me take it out of the hoop for you. And I am substituting some of the colors. But if you'll notice, put this behind here. If you notice, that pear motif is the same pear motif in this stitching box. I'm working through that middle row. And I just love how that bird came out. This is such a fun stitch. I plan on getting a lot of work done on this over my Christmas break. I get a couple weeks off for Christmas, which is so much appreciated. And so that is Oh Joyous Day. I have to have this done by August of next year. And I am using, this is my my bag that I keep everything in. I have I showed this all to you at another Flosstube, but this is where I have my extra needle. These are the flosses that I'm using. Beautiful palette. Oh, love it. My little floss bling that I made. I make my cabochons with photos of samplers that myself or my mom or my mother-in-law have stitched. And this is my scissors, my scissor fob there. I always like to show you all the little fun goodies that are in my bags with each project. Okay. And my last whip is, I've been working on this little by little. This one I took 1 month and just 3 weeks to a month and stitched. This is my Consider the Lilies. And I did get a good bit of this done. I believe, okay, I am almost done with the top row. I am loving just taking my time with this. I believe, I don't know what has become of me, but for these samplers and things, I've just have been loving taking my time, and I've become a process stitcher for these. My seasonal pieces, I think I'm more of a, what is it, a product? What's the other term? I forget, but you know, that you want to hurry up and finish it. Progress stitcher and product stitcher, maybe, I don't remember. And this is, I'm going to show you some stitch cases later, but this is my my stitch case that I use for this. I've showed this to you before. I didn't really change much of this because I did like all the little compartments. Just added a little tassel and a key. Okay, I'm not going to show you the color palette today because it's down at the bottom of the bag and there's just tons of colors. Just about every color you can think of is in there. Okay. While we're in works in progress, I am gonna share with you, let me share with you a finish that I sewed up real quick. This is a stitch case from Chris Sherman Handmade on Etsy, and I used some 1930s fabrics from was it Robert Kaufman? I can't remember. This was one of her new patterns. So there's, I put a long thread bed there, a place to put your scissors or threads. This is a little needle minder. It's a covered button that I put there. A pocket here, a pocket here, pocket here, and then of course the zipper. I thought this was a versatile case that I could use for patriotic, summer, even if I wanted to use it for Christmas with the red, but I think more for summer and patriotic. And then I'm working on Thimble Blossom's Swoon 16 quilt with the French General fabric. This is the line that I was able to find. It's an old line called La Grande Soirée. Oh, it's scrumptious. So this is what I have left over from the Fat Quarter Bundle. I did already cut out all my pieces and worked on one block already. It's a 16-inch block, and I'm doing it just as the pattern is calling for. Same amount of rows. It'll fit on my queen size bed. The way the pattern is written, it makes it really easy to have your blocks come out very pretty, meaning all the points are there. So love how that's turning out. Okay, let's see. Let me share with you my stitch cases and then we'll go into the chart parade. I did get, I'm gonna reach over here real quick. Okay, I found a little round red stitch case on Amazon. This one has came with a little star zipper pull. and haven't done anything to this yet, but I love the idea of having a round one. I don't think I've shown these to you. This one I found at Home Goods. I may have shown this one to you. I don't remember. This one just has a little, came with a gold one. And so that was at Home Goods. And of course these aren't marketed as stitch cases, but us stitchers know what we can do with them. And then my husband surprised me. I actually asked him if I could purchase this, if he minded if I got this as a Christmas gift from him, and so I did get it. It is a Winterberry case, and this is how I decided to display it. I've got some pretty needle minders there, a lot of sparkle. So let me show you each piece separately. I got this little teapot just to decorate it. I found this on Etsy. It just says Imperial Porcelain on it. I did do some research on Imperial Porcelain, and so that's pretty fun. My copper seam ripper. I've got a pair of, I believe these are these Bowen scissors? I can't remember. I think they are Bowen stork scissors. And I found these really pretty cabochons on Amazon, and I put a colorful piece of one of the samplers that I completed. I believe this is a Hands Across the Sea samplers chart that I stitched up. So that's in my stitch case. And then I also found this little teacup pin cushion on Etsy with a blue tassel, and I made those counting pins to stick in there. Super cute little teacup. This just says made in Japan. And then my needle minders, I have showed you this heart one before. That was something my mother-in-law made as a pin, and I made it into a needle minder. And this one, oh, I just love this. This is actually a Pegasus with a pumpkin carriage. It just reminded me of Cinderella. All those jewel tones. The video is not doing it justice. But I wanted, of course, everything to match and have it sitting out at my stitchy spot, which I'm sitting next to my stitchy spot right now. And so I think I'll keep it out for the holidays because of all the sparkle and jewel tone. And then I'll probably zip it up and put it with the others. And I made this very quick stitching envelope. So the other one was a stitching roll that I showed you. This one is actually where you could put your stitching in it and roll it up instead of it being a folder type. This was just a fabric from Hobby Lobby that I picked up to match the stitch case. All right. So now let me share with you the chart parade. So, like I said, I have my things separated into categories. So I'm going to show you some new charts. I got in my. I have a stitching category. So both of these are by the Scarlet House. Home is where my samplers are, and samplers. So I added those to my chart library. And then I have a few Christmas stitches to share with you. I believe these are all free charts for Christmas. Yes. So I'm going to hold them a little bit further away from the camera. This one is the Gingerbread Salt Box by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. That's what it is. And you can go to her blog and search like salt boxes, or and a bunch of things will come up. This is a Plum Street Samplers called I don't see a title on here. I'm assuming it's this, The Soul Felt Its Worth. That's what is on here. This is not the actual chart. Here's a photo, another Pinker and Pumpkin quilting called A Cold Winter's Day. Dots Salt Box. I love that pink house. This is from Crochet-A-Go-Go's blog. This is a free cross stitch on her blog. I'm going to hold it back here. Super cute. All right. This is a Little House Needleworks that I purchased called Santa's Helper. I think this is one of the newer ones. Okay. All right. Now some autumn ones. This is Stacy Nash Farm Market Pin Keep. I thought this was a great summer to fall stitch. The Pumpkin Patch by Annie Bees. Sorry for the glare. I'm sure you all have seen this. A couple more autumn ones from Pinker and Pumpkin. These are Christmas ones. This is the mini apple sampler. So I told you that she has a couple or several mini samplers out there. This is one of them. And they're free, which is amazing. This one is called Turkey Holler Salt Box. I believe this is a newer one. This one is from 2021, Harvest Home. I'm not sure if I've showed you this one before. This is not a good printout, but there's some pumpkins and crows and a scarecrow in the grass there. This one, thank you to my friend Michelle at Stitching by the Moon. She told me that this was available now, and it's As the Crow Flies Pin Keep. I can't wait to do that by Stacy Nash. This was an exclusive, or maybe still is, to Hobby House Needleworks. The Proper Stitcher, We Gather Together. Sweet one. This one is, this is bigger than I thought. It looks on the small side, but it is 183 by 111 stitch count. This was last week or the week before, Primrose Cottage. If you are on their newsletter list, they sent out a free chart, Give Thanks. You can only get that by going and signing up for their newsletter. All right, and then I've got a bee category. This is October Fiber House, the Queen Bee. that looks like a quick stitch. And then another free pattern by Pinker and Pumpkin, Mini Bee Sampler. And okay, now I'm getting into like, I have a category called Everyday. So these are charts that you can stitch any time of the year. They're not season specific, at least in my mind, they're not. Sampler House 2 by Plum Street Samplers. Very cute. This is almost square, 98 by 99 stitch count. Strength and Dignity, again, by The Proper Stitcher. I know you all have seen this already. Also, in each category, because I love the color pink so much, I have them separated into, like, this is Everyday Pink. So if there's a special color that you really love, then, you know, maybe separate your charts out by that. So if you're looking for, I want something pink for Christmas, there you go. You just go right to that spot. I put this in Everyday, but it is a Christmas chart by JBW Designs. I have this in my Everyday Pink category. You can do this also in green. She's got two floss choices. But I thought this was a sweet one just for Everyday. This one is Ducks in the Orchard, a gardener's needle. This was Barefoot Needle Art. I saw this, don't remember who showed this, but I was like, oh, I need that, because look at those pear trees and the ducks. On our hobby farm, my husband is all about fruit trees right now. We've been planting some fruit trees. Now the linen that comes with this is called Dirty Pirate. It's a very dark one. Okay. Okay. My friend Kim, Contented Needleworker Kim. Kim, I seem to mention you on every single Flosstube. She totally enabled me. I have no idea. Like, this looks so out of my league, but I think Kim, did you say you were just gonna stitch this part? If it wasn't you, it was somebody else. I'm so sorry, I can't remember, but that initially is what I was going to do. This is a GGR. Now, is this MT or MJ 1810? I don't know. And I don't know if I've already showed this one. But the more I look at the sampler, the more I really want to just do the whole thing. This is a big one. This is more along the lines of Consider the Lilies, the stitch count. Let me compare the stitch count for you because I'm curious. The stitch count for this GGR is 518 by 396. And the stitch count for Consider the Lilies is, wow, 435 by 363. So very, very much along the same lines, but a bit different. I think this GGR is probably, this GGR is bigger. Alrighty then. I have to be in an ambitious mood. But you know what? I said I was a progress stitcher. Progress and process. It just came to me. So I am a process stitcher on these big projects. All right, another one, Louisa Barney. Oh my goodness, I have loved this forever. I've been watching those of you stitching this, and it is gorgeous. I really want to jump in with this one, but I can't just yet. This one is another big one, 424 by 348 stitch count. It's beautiful. I purchased By Hands Across the Sea sampler, Tom's Foolery. I just loved, I've been doing a lot of colorful samplers for my kitchen. I have a colorful sampler wall in my kitchen. Let me see, can you see it? Yeah. Right here, I've got all my colorful pieces. And then a little bit further this way, I have all my pink sampler pieces where this is hanging. I'm always switching things around. And then lastly, I saw this. This might have been a Pinterest find. The Sampler Company Designs by Brenda Keys. It's called Red House Sampler. I really thought I would do this as a pillow. But again, I just love the whole thing. And it gives you some pretty, part of the chart is showing, some pretty accessories to, you know, put on your frame. There's a floss card there. So, yeah. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun being with you again. And maybe I'll be back over the holidays. I'm not sure. I just, when the mood strikes me is when I come on. So I hope everybody, if I don't see you before the holidays, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I might jump back on, like I said, but not too sure. But I hope you guys have a great time stitching, resting, really savoring this time of year. And I hope it brings you joy and peace. Bye, friends.